and in particular the band The Cure, the English post-punk new wave band, in relationship to being natural and meditation. So in the 70s and beforehand, but really into the 70s with music, a lot of musicians were very well trained, very well schooled in music theory. And then we had this sort of explosion of more complicated music, you could say glam rock, in the late 70s. But then, as a reaction to that, of course, punk came along, punk being very harmonically simple and straightforward and sort of angry, a music of the people in a sense, from the bottom up rather than the top down, very democratic kind of a style of music. And then The Cure comes along and they have this same sort of essence to them. It's not a complicated music. The structure of the songs is not something that a very well trained musician might do. You don't hear fingering techniques and chordal structures in their music that has come from somebody that has been trained and then sort of tried to forget what they knew. The Cure very much to me is a spontaneous kind of a music. When you listen to their early stuff particularly, it's harmonically challenging. There's dissonance as well as harmony in there, but it's coming from a very natural place, really an unschooled place. And I think this is one of the reasons that it's so compelling to listen to. It almost sounds like it's an accident, stumbling into beauty. So let's try applying this to our meditation today, trying to be as natural as possible with this. And even though the techniques of meditation can be helpful, let's try to put them aside for today. And I'll try to, in my language, be as spontaneous as I can as well. So if you're okay, if you like, you can just close your eyes. And expect nothing here. Rather than any attempt at stillness or control or a studied approach or trying to get better or trying to perform meditation. Let it all go. Even if you can, your desire to pay attention, even let that go. Simply be. And perhaps notice that there is the capacity to do nothing. And from seemingly out of nowhere, creative thought percolates up. The only thing I would ask here, when you get an idea, to just observe the idea or the image. Let's just take 1 minute together here. Add a few deep breaths at the end if you like here. Just taking in, letting back out. And you can open your eyes as you're ready. So I do think this place of the unknown, of the spontaneous, is the place from which creativity springs. We can't construct it volitionally. It has to come from somewhere unknown. So to be in touch with that and to allow it, I think is a nice approach. Thanks for listening.